second grade, and welcome back to the Learning Corner. Today we're going to talk about abbreviations. Abbreviations, it's a long word that means to shorten a word. Abbreviating something means you take a longer word and you shorten it down to maybe a few letters, and it usually has a punctuation mark, a period next to it, and this is signifying that it's a shorter version of something. But you wouldn't just say, oh, M.R. Wenzel, you would say Mr. Wenzel. So we're going to look at a few examples of abbreviations for titles of people. So I have here on one side the abbreviations, and I underlined everything they have in common. Do you see the two things all of them have in common? If you said a capital and a period, then you are correct. Kind of like a sentence, they all need a capital and a period. So Mr. is short for Mr. You see the difference there is it's just M.R. They took out all the in-between letters and made it Mr. Then we have Mrs. M.R.S. That's a married woman. Mrs. with an R means they're married. So Mrs. Vanacek is married. So we would use Mrs. for her. We'd go, what if they're not married? You would use Miss. M.S. I'm a miss, so Miss McMahon. You would hear the difference with Mrs. and Miss. Sometimes if you don't know if someone's married or not, you can call any other woman Miss so-and-so, if you know their last name. Then we have doctor, short for the title of doctor. Title usually means someone who's earned a special kind of rank. So you would use doctor, or if you think of like captain or sergeant in an army, they have abbreviations for all those different things too. But for today, we're just going to look at doctor, which is abbreviated with a DR, period, for doctor. This is our brief introduction to abbreviations, a way of shortening words, and I hope to see it in your writing. And make sure when you're writing, you're careful to include that capital and period. Otherwise, it is incorrect. I can't wait to see you next time and what you do with this knowledge. Bye, second grade.